Well, it's been a while since I did anything related to photography, and so just wanted to give you guys a look at what I have in 2025. So this is my most recent acquisition. This is a Nikon Z5 Mark II, a great camera. It has lots of features borrowed from much more expensive cameras. And this one has dual SD card slots, and it's very light. I like it so much that this is the camera I took with me to England. It does everything you want. So it's 24 megapixel full frame camera, excellent. And then so this is probably like 3 months old, and then before that one I bought this. That one right now is 2300 Canadian, brand new, and this is 2700 Canadian, because this is ZF or ZF, and it's made to look like a old Nikon film camera, and many people were really excited about this. The only problem is that when you're used to this kind of grip, you know, where you can walk around and just, like you see in my case, I can put 3 fingers in there, and usually that's how I walk around, you know, and put another one in here. So it's much easier to carry, especially when you have a big lens. But this one, because it's kind of like the old style, you know, design, there's no grip. So when I was using this for event photography I had a 50mm 1.2 lens, which I got rid of because it was so heavy. I really preferred to put that one on a body like this. And I had Z6 Mark II before, which looked pretty much like this with the same grip. So a heavy lens was much easier to use with a body like that. But this looks really cool. So this is like old style, kind of like Fuji, you know, where you can actually set your, you know, ISO and aperture and stuff like that over here. But most people don't do that, so you just go into the menu and you change it in the menu. And this has a very advanced focusing system. So this is way better than that Z6 II I had before. The only problem is the grip, but turns out they make this. And it's not that expensive. So you just add this over here. But then, of course, you lose this bottom screw, meaning that you cannot use it with a tripod. But it just attaches like this. If I can only put that stupid screw in there. But beautiful camera, same full frame, 24 megapixels, advanced focusing system, so both are mirrorless. But you see, this adds this, and so it's kind of like a combo of old and new, and I really love this camera. But I have to get rid of one of them, just have to pay some bills again. And so some guy was interested in this. But yeah, basically if you guys want a nice mirrorless camera, free shipping, I'd rather keep this because it's so unusual looking, and it's like a real classic. And it's, so like I said, this is $500 more than this, even though they're pretty similar cameras, except the design is different, of course. So this is modern design, this is old classic with a twist, this one. Oh, and this one has doesn't have two, well, it does have 2 slots, but it's kind of like funny design where you have to pretty much adjust the camera because the card is over there. But they give you one SD card slot, and then the other one is micro SD. So technically you can still have 2, but I don't know, I never used micro SD before in a camera like this. But these are super capable cameras, so they both can record video, you know, high quality video. And then now I ended up having only 3 lenses because I don't do wildlife photography anymore. I couldn't make any money with it, right? So now all I do is pretty much event photography, you know, like whenever people hire me, you know, maybe like a birthday party or corporate Christmas party, stuff like that. And also I bought a flash, which is super useful in all these dark, you know, bars and restaurants. So I have a nice flash. It was like $500. And then 3 lenses I have. So I sold at 50 mil, and I wanted to have something where there's a big gap between the focal distance, you know, because otherwise, let's say if you are 35 and 50, I found out that they're so similar that you tend just to keep one of them on all the time. And so what I did is, so now check this out. I have this beautiful 20 millimeter 1.8S, and then I have 40 millimeters. I believe, what is it, 2.8? Yeah, this is kind of like a cheapo lens because it has a plastic mount, you know, but it was $400. It works super well. Actually, this is the only lens I took with me to England. So all the photos you saw from England were made with this. Beautiful quality. Oh yeah, f2, right? f2. This was like $1,300, but I loved this in a DSLR. I had the same 20 millimeter 1.8, but DSLR version, and it was amazing. I took that one to Russia. This one actually I haven't used it. No, I used it with when I was shooting that gay wedding of 2 girls. And so now check this out. Now I have 20 millimeters, 40, and 85. You know, which is perfect because they are spread out. So each lens is very distinctive. They're not similar like 35 and 50. It's like twice the focal distance, right? 20, 40, 85. And of course, this is a beautiful, you know, lens for portraits, 85. And most people, when they shoot, let's say, weddings, all they use is something like 35 and 85. But 40 is great because it's a bit wider than 50, right? Like I never liked 50 that much because that's like old school, but 40 is great. So 20, 40, 85. And then I have, yeah, the flash. I have the nice big tripod. I have a monopod. And I also bought like a thing where you can carry, you know, it's like a system of belts, like you put on your chest, and you can attach 2 cameras. I tried that once, but you know, with that 50 mil and a flash, it was like really awkward. But yeah, recently nobody has been calling me. I think I had got one quote request where the guy wanted to do a what was it? Kind of like, you know, when when the guy offers to marry a girl, what is it called? Proposal. So the guy wanted me to shoot a proposal on the same day, 2 hours later. So I'm sitting at home, it's like 5 p.m. and he says, can you do a proposal photo shoot at 8 p.m. today? I'm like, what? I'm already drinking beer, I'm watching some movies. I said, no freaking way. But anyway, that's what I'm using, and that Z6 or Z6 II I had was my most successful camera in terms of money opportunities, because I never was able to make any money with photography in Ontario. But when I moved to Alberta, I was getting lots of calls, you know, so I did a bunch of events, parties, Christmas parties, birthday parties, did a maternity photo shoot where the lady was pregnant and she wanted to capture that. And then I did a photo shoot, I think when her baby was born, you know. So it's fun. I think working with people, that's where you can make a bit of a coin, right? And this is what I use. So I don't actually need 2 cameras now. So like I said, so one of these is for sale, either Nikon ZF or Nikon Z5 Mark II. But these are my favorite lenses. So I'm keeping all of them because I need this for events. You know, the like 20mm. It's great for landscapes as well, and events with lots of people. 85 great for portraits, and 40 is great for everything. Super nice lens. So, and that's what I have in 2025.